3, 2, 1. Welcome back. This is Nerd Dad on episode 20 of our Factorio playthrough, and we have a jam-packed session planned for this time. So we're going to get right in there and get to work. What we wanted to do last time is get to automating our nuclear power plants and our centrifuges. Well, we can't automate our nuclear plants until we actually get the, I think they're the production, what are these things called? These lovely guys. Yeah, the production science packs. Now, I don't want to build those right now, but what we're going to do is we're going to pencil in the area, and then all we'll have to do is drop in the building. And what I'm talking about is we can't build a nuclear science pack until we actually have an assembly machine 3 because it requires 4 pieces of material. So we're just going to have to wait until we can get that. It'll be one of the first things we do, but in the meantime we can get the centrifuges built, which is what we really need to get the uranium mining occurring. So we're in a good place to kind of get to that, and then I think what we'll be doing is working our way towards, actually right after this inserter bonus, we'll start getting after those production science packs. Okay, let's do that right now, since it's just given us the ability to do so. So we'll be making that next time. That's what we'll be doing. But this time, we're going to get in here right now and say, okay, what do we need? Okay, nuclear reactors. The thing I'd like you to note is that they take 500 copper plates. They need some steel. They need, well, it's 500 of everything, advanced circuits, and they need concrete. The difference between them and the centrifuge is that the centrifuge requires 100 iron gear wheels instead of the copper. So what we need is a lot of iron ore. Now we already have this line of iron ore coming up to feed our train here. I think it's sufficient for what we want to do here. It'll be the machines that slow us down because I don't want to build a whole bank. We don't need these things really fast like we talked about last time. This is more of a, hey, if we got the materials, let's build it. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to lay out the nuclear reactor plant first, the one that's going to build that for us. And the reason why I want to do that, I just kind of wanted it on the top for some reason, and it just made sense to me to do it that way because I'm going to have to deal with extra buildings of a sort of assembly machines to build the centrifuge, whereas I don't need that for the nuclear. Alright, so let's just pencil in a building. It doesn't matter which kind because it's not going to matter. And we know we need 500, so it's basically we just need lots of stuff. And basically what we're going to do is just say, okay, well, we got stuff here, and what are we going to do with all these things? Well, we got to make sure we don't kind of cross over into our other zone. You're wondering why maybe I'm building this so close to here. It's because, whoops, it's because I want to make sure that just in case we need more space down here for our possibly the bus that we're running here, we can see we got all these science packs. We got some reds coming through here. We might need some engines to come through here. Got a few things, so I want to get up nice and tight just in case we need some room in here. Okay. So, where's our steel? We brought steel up. I know we did. Oh, we brought steel most of the way up. There's our steel. It's just hanging around back here. We'll bring it up now. We'll just kind of get her coming. Here she comes. And we'll get her all the way up here. And we need steel for both of these. So, we will need a split probably right on the back side of here. So, right about there. And we will just do a little jump here. And this line can basically just do like this. Just jump right to there. And then what we're going to want to do is we're going to need lots of these red circuits. So I think what we will do is we'll do another split. Oh, I just want to think about this a little. I think we'll do it back here, and then what we'll do is we will jump this line as far as we can and then just kind of bump it back over where we need it to go. Oh, there we go. Okay, so there we go. So we've got half of what we need. The other half is, of course, the copper, which we have a nice thick line of. In fact, you can see this one line is actually struggling to keep up, which is questionable to me at this point in time, because it should not be struggling to keep up at this point in time. So what we're going to do is we're just going to do this. You're probably looking at the line going, hey, hang on, he's got 3 lines of copper. What happened? Well, I did a bunch of upgrades. I mentioned that I was going to get out and do the mining upgrades. So we've done that. Everything is upgraded on the, sorry, not the mining upgrades, the furnace upgrades. We did those for the iron ore. We actually upgraded all the lines. Whoops, big bounce there. We upgraded the steel. We didn't do anything too extra to this. We actually left the outside lines still in the yellow. We did upgrade the internal lines to fast transport belts. We upgraded all the transport belts here, even on the outside here, so it's being fed. You can see just like, I think I saw a couple furnaces are stopped, but they all are stopped because they're backlogged, not because they can't be fed. And yes, we upgraded our copper facilities and we hooked up the train line. So we've actually got a lot of this coming through now, and it was because I noted this was starting to taper off, and we were starting, our line was getting a little bit scattered, and I noticed, you know, we're going to be building quite a few things with copper coming up. We're at that point in the game where you get around nuclear power where your copper requirements kick up quite a bit, so we're kind of pushing that a little bit. So we went up to 80, we doubled up, and converted them all as well. So that's why you're seeing new things. We've been doing a lot of upgrades on the lines. In fact, we upgraded the whole bus end to end as well to fast lines. So this is all now fast. We upgraded all the splitters except for the steel again. We just left it alone. And we actually even did it for the green circuits. And you can see we actually added a component to circuits because just of what happened here. This alert. This I've already replaced once. I've actually added more guns here. In fact, this was wiped out, and we have a few other places in our perimeter where the bugs are actually pushing quite hard and have taken out guns. I'm kind of letting the defense do its thing where they've taken out guns. The guns on the sides are going to have to pick them off. So we might run into a few problems in the middle of this. So we're actually going to be working on lasers as well later this episode. So we better get back to work here because we don't have time for all this. All right, so now that we got that copper back, which had kind of shocked me because I had fully expected that I would have no copper problems, we are going to just bring up another line like this. That should be copacetic, as they say. And we will just go like that. And we only need the copper for the nuclear plant, so we can kind of just sneak this around like this and just bring it right up like that. And there we go. So that's for our nuclear plant. And we just need now to get this concrete to come across here. And I think we'll do it up as far as we can kind of push it here. Kind of like this. And just bring it across. You know, actually, we'll put another jump right there, right over to here. And yeah, we'll put the splitter right there. That'll work. And we'll just bring that concrete in and connect it. So the concrete plant has also been doubled up. I've doubled it up now, and there's a little bit of logic back there to keep this line full of concrete. I just didn't want that to be the thing, because concrete's so cheap, I didn't want it to be the thing that was slowing us down here. Okay, so this right here is all ready to go. It's 500 of everything, so it doesn't matter what's on the outside. I mean, in theory, we can actually speed this up if we want. What we can do is this. We can put these as fast inserters, turn these ones in like this, and then actually bring these other lines and turn them inbound as well. And now everybody's loading at the same speed. So there we go. So once we get that up and running, I guess we'll need a little box or something to store it in. So we'll throw some logic on this as well. What we would want is, I'm guessing we probably want no more than 2 nuclear plants off the go. So we would just say to ourselves, I don't know whether they stack or not, so we'll just put logic on it. It's probably 1 per, but just in case it does stack. It'll be funny if it does stack, because you imagine how big a nuclear plant is. Yes, it stacks to 100. We're going to say if nuclear plants are less than 2. And so that basically will get us 2 in there. Okay. What else should we build? I wouldn't mind a tank at this point. I'm getting tired of these bugs. I wouldn't mind going out there and blasting a few just for fun. And I guess we probably should put some power in here. We can do it with 1 power pole, likely. Yep, there we go. Alright, so now we're into the one that I actually need right now, which is the centrifuge. And if I had been thinking ahead, what I would have done, if I had actually been really smart, I would have put this copper line somewhere else. But I didn't. What I did is I decided I was actually going to make them quasi-dedicated lines. So we need, what is it we do need? We know we need those iron gears, which is going to be a little bit of an extra thing. We need 100 advanced circuits and 100 concrete, and then a bunch of gear wheels. So it's the steel that I'm going to throw on the outside here. So I'm going to throw some steel down right out here. There, let's do it like this. Just like that. And we will bring this line over like this. And I'm honestly not sure how I'm doing this because I haven't really thought through the iron ore yet, because it's kind of got a jumper here and I haven't really gone, I think I'll do this. I'm kind of working my way across here. Okay, we're going to get that, oh gee, you dummy. You said you were building it because you wanted it on the outside line, not the inside line. We probably could do exactly the same thing here, so it's probably not going to matter too much just because we're not really running a lot of stuff here. I got to be careful here, though. This is the part that's going to bite me if I don't do it right. I'm going to... Actually, you know what? We're going to move that in just a little bit further. We're going to bump this way into here. Because what I want is I want the ability to have at least two assembly belts on the outside. Assembly machines on the outside doing iron gears. I think I can keep that fed. That's the question of the hour. Can that be fulfilled? Okay, and then we're gonna need a line in here like this, and we're gonna want one like that. We're gonna bring this guy in here like this. We will have another one like this for the concrete, which is right there. It's coming together. I'm seeing it. It's starting to get there. Now we got this line right here. This is where we're going to need the iron ore to come in. And what else do we need? I feel like we're missing something here on you. I'm missing concrete. Reds. There we go. It's like I know we're missing something. Red circuits. They're going to want to come in along about here. In fact, we can just cheat you right along like that. And we've got this guy ready to go right here. And that didn't leave us a lot of bus space, did it? I mean, I wanted that space there for a bus, but yikes, that's going to be some big jumps. Oh, boy. Yeah. Probably could yank this power pole at some point and do it on the southern side. I probably could do it down in here. So that'll give us a little bit of a streak. But it's going to be pretty rough coming through here. I'm not gonna lie. With all my spindliness up here, I probably could have done that a lot cleaner. I just decided I really wanted them each to have their own line, which isn't really their own line anyways. I don't know why my brain's doing that, but because I'm building these great big things and I feel like they need to be great big buildings. I don't know. Okay. Yep, that'll work. That was the next thing I had to kind of work my brain through, was where are we going to do this? And I kind of left this in here on purpose, thinking it would be somewhere around there, and this should work for us. So we just get this over here like that. Then we should be able to put a... That's not going to work, because you can't go into a line like that. Oh, that's okay. We'll just do it like this then. Easy stuff. We'll just do that right there, and we will hook you up there. In fact, we're just going to keep you as an all-natural. Nice job. We're going to keep you as an all-natural, but we're going to actually do that, and you'll become the splitter there. There we go. Easy stuff. We just had to get her in there without me clicking the wrong buttons. Okay, let's get some power onto this. And what we would like here, everybody, is we'd like to have a centrifuge being built, please. I'm going to move that power line over. Is that going to work? Yeah, right. We'll do it this way. It's not going to work because you're going to need 3 regardless. But I wanted to do something else. Oh, goodness. Okay, there's our centrifuge. It's being built. We're going to put a little bit of logic. We'll throw another box down right here. This isn't really pretty, actually. We could have done this a lot nicer. This is probably way uglier than I envisioned. I'm looking at it going, yikes, that's not what I had planned. I might have to clean that up. I'm looking at it going, well, we split off all these things, and maybe that wasn't the best plan. Maybe we should have just kept them together. If we have troubles with this bus, we will fix this up. It'll be one of those. It'll be another project. Okay, so let's just put a little logic here because we do, of course, don't want 1,000 of these. I don't know whether they stack or not, but let's keep that at 20 for now. And we're being attacked again. Yeah, look, more stuff. Hey, that one held off no problem, though. Nobody died. Okay, so we've got this up and running. We're ready for our nuclear plants once we get that, we get the things we need. What else should we do? I'll do some mining productivity. Okay, so let's just move on from there. We'll come back in about 5 days, and this will be built. No, it's actually not too bad. You can see we've already got one in there, and it's basically how fast it can load it. And I'm thinking these gears are going relatively quickly. I just want to take a quick look and see if it's the gears that are holding us up, or if it... Yeah, it'll be the gears will be the slow part, but that's okay. Like I said, we're not going to be picking up thousands of those throughout the game. It's, I think the most we're shooting for at any point is probably 60 or so. Okay, next problem. Next problem is we need lasers. Okay, so we want to get some lasers built. And, you'd think I'd know that they were under guns. So here's our lasers. We're going to need them to have some green circuits, some steel plates, and some batteries. Batteries we don't have right now, so what we've got to do is get some batteries up and running. Now we need batteries for a few things, so we're going to build them right here actually, but we've got to think about this a little bit, and here's why. Batteries themselves actually have a iron and copper component. So let's go take a little look at what we've got down here on the side. We're just going to kind of park this guy right here. We know that we are going to run a copper line up here. I do not want to bleed this copper line with for our batteries. Now, what we can do, however, is we can do a split line coming up beside this one for our copper and our iron plate. The only concern I have at this point in time is whether I will need another copper wire factory, kind of like I have at this end. This is easily keeping up with these two pushing out. It's a little bit backlogged right now, but I know that those two easily keep up with this. In fact, I'm pretty sure two can keep up with three of them. It's the fourth one I'm not too sure about. But what I think we will do is we will still come right up the side of this line, and if we need to build another one of these, and we can kind of pencil this in to remind ourselves, hey, don't wipe this out. What we will do is we will build it like right about here, and that is sort of where we would put that if we needed it. So it has a space for an out, and we would just cross the lines over. And if we don't need it, then we can wipe it out and we can use the space for something else. Okay, so let's get this in here a little bit, and I just want to take a look and see where we're going to jump lines to. About there, and this one will be about, no. Yeah, let's do it with a bit of a gap. Let's do it that way. And what am I doing? That was what I was trying to do. What I was trying to do is find out how far my gap could be. Ah, yikes. Alright, there we go. That's what we wanted. And that's what we wanted. Oh my goodness. Sometimes it's easy boy. Okay. And that will work for there. It's funny because I was thinking iron ore on that one the whole way, and then I went and reversed the whole thing. It doesn't matter, but it was just weird. My brain was there and I did something else. Okay, so there's our split line coming up. We need this for our batteries. Just run this straight up the side here. Okay, so we've got this split line coming up. It's great. Now what we're going to do is just kind of pencil in our batteries. So the batteries, as we stated, they take this iron ore, and they're very similar, I believe. I just want to double check, but they're very similar to our sulfuric acid. It's almost the same thing, except for we're not outputting the sulfuric acid, we're outputting actually an item. So if you think about it as a, hey, we need a line in because that is actually our sulfuric acid, which is kind of replacing the water. But what we say is, okay, now what we got to do is instead of having this come out, we're going to have batteries come out the front. So what we're going to do is we're going to put that split line in the middle like this, and we're going to run the sulfuric gas out the outside here. And that makes this quite an easy task. We just go like this. That's 5. Yep. And we just bring in one line. This is our inbound line. It's going to go right there like that. And then we need an outbound line for the batteries themselves. And like all our other things where we do these types of things, you need to have your ins. Oh, sorry, these are our outs. And we're going to need to extend that a bit. And then you're going to need your ins on this side. And when we flip this around and do the other side, we'll just reverse those, of course. Whoops, these are chem plants. That's not where those go. Like I said, I've got this thing where I feel like they always got to be the same way on chem plants. And get some lights in there. Whoopsie. And then get some pipe. Look at that. We got pipe on us. Okay, so the other thing we want to think about is we know we're going to go to the other side. We're going to duplicate this on the other side. Just ID these as batteries. And we just got to get the sulfuric acid, which is right here. So we're going to need a jumper across to the other side. It's going to go over here somewhere. Ballparkish there. And then this one's going to come this way, and we're just going to pick it up right down in this corner here. So this one's quite an easy one. Oh, that actually fits. Look at that. We just got that to fall right in there. It's almost like we planned it. I actually thought we were going to have to jump that. So that is great. So we just need some power. Which is funny because we're so close to power plants. So why are you guys saying you don't have power when I've got a power pole sitting right there? That is the weirdest thing. That was weird. There's a power pole there, but it wasn't a power pole. I don't know what I put there. That's strange. I am absolutely baffled. Anyways, sorry. Just sort of like, how did, what? Just not used to any sort of quirk in this game at all. It always just seems to work perfectly. So I'm like, what is that? What did I do? Because it wasn't it. It's always me. So the only issue that I've got with this plan that we've just done is where am I going to bring these batteries out? So we might need to bump this over one more square, I think. I want to kind of wipe this out, and we'll just do this. But we'll keep ourselves saying, hey, look, you know what? We still want to be aware that we might need these. And this is more of just reminding myself that, hey, we've got this need possibly. Okay, so let's get some batteries down here. And let's just keep working on the mining productivity. Why not? I like to have that up nice and high if we can get it. And we will, like I said, we will be doubling this line, no doubt. We just want to get our lasers started so we can start working on our defense a little bit more. So we're just going to bring this line all the way down here. Well, this line will be split off for other things eventually, but for right now we're just going to just do this. We'll just jump it right across. It's going to go all the way across. And it's like, well, why would we take it way over there? Well, we're putting it in our military zone. And the funny thing is when you look at it, you're like, that's all your military zone? Yeah, the answer is yes. All this space will be our military zone. We've got lots of things to build. And I'm not even sure how we're getting some of the supplies in here yet. I'm still working on how 238 and stuff is coming in. Okay, so down here we go. We're going to need a gap of 2. That's the 2 that we do for our outside here on our line. And then we're just going to drop in our 6. Yeah, that was really dumb. I shouldn't have done that right there. So bear with me. Because I haven't thought through how I wanted to put this together. So just give me 2 secs and we're going to reevaluate. 12 batteries, 20 circuits, 20 plates. The batteries want to be on the outside, and we're going to put the other... Okay, so what we're going to do is we're actually going to put batteries on the outside here. So that means 1 gap for the inserter, and then we're going to want another gap for one of the products, and the outbound lane will be on the reds on the outside. Okay. So what we're doing here is we're going to bring down this battery line. It's going to be actually be a central line for our second string that we're going to do for these lasers. Let's get these guys ID'd. Lasers, please. All right. Now we also need some green circuits. That's nice and easy. They're sitting right here. That's going to be a double line, so we want to make sure we take it down and even it out. And we're actually going to throw a nice switch on there just to make sure we got lots of those coming down. This is one of the reasons I doubled up the greens up top, because once we start pulling off of this line, it's going to get pretty thin. I'm guessing we'll probably burn through most of those greens, if not all. Okay, so there we go. And this is going to be our steel line. So it's going to be able to go to there. And we're going to want that there, and there, and there. Okay, beautiful. And we will do the same thing here on the steel. Now the steel is a heavy pull, but we have a little bit more production in the steel. We probably could do it with the one line, but let's not worry about it. Okay, and then let's get these lasers out of here. And what we're going to do is once we get these lasers, we get a couple hundred of these, I'm going to go out and start rebuilding that perimeter. What we're going to do is we're going to push that perimeter right out quite a ways. We're going to be a little bit greedy in our reestablishment of our perimeter, and I'll just show you in 2 seconds what I'm thinking. Let's just make a line down the outside here, and we'll just come and grab this and get a box here. Right now what we're going to do is we'll just kind of put everything into a box for this well, for the pretty short and maybe long-term future. I don't usually find that you ship the lasers off to anything. It's one of those, hey, I'll go pick some up if I need them. And I find that with a lot of military, so what we might do is build eventually a military warehouse to go and pick up all our military needs, kind of like one-stop war, what is it called? Military surplus. That'll be, but all our stuff will be surplus. Okay, let's just grab a great big line off of here and just pop it right into there. Oh, look at how nice and straight that is. And of course, that's not going to connect to anything because there's nothing there for it to connect to, but that's okay, just like we did before. It's a good opportunity for us to pencil in the lines. What are we doing up top there? I just want to make sure that the power runs. Oh, we haven't done anything. All right. We haven't made any decisions. Let's make our decisions for ourselves. Okay. And that should give us power. There we go. So lasers inbound. That's wonderful. So like I said, I'll go up and I'll double up the batteries, etc., and we'll make sure that this is really kicking out. In fact, I'm going to double up this whole process. We're going to drop another whole version of this on the other side here, and then we'll just have it all connect into here. I think we have the production capability. You can see this nice thick bus we've got going. So what am I going to be doing? Well, once I get these lasers, I want to go up and I'll probably work off of this corner here. And what I'm going to do is I got to still build some radar dishes. In fact, we probably start thinking about automating those, getting ready for our artillery. But I'm going to push up here, and I'm going to actually push a wall right across here to make sure we get all this uranium. And I'm going to push across. Ooh, actually, we're going to even go further than that. I want to push up way up to here, and I might do a little bit of a join there. I don't know. I might save myself the work. Come across here, and maybe we'll come up here or up here. But I want to get these two iron ore fields, and we're going to kind of just push all the way down to this corner. Probably leave that uranium. I don't know. Maybe we'll grab it. I don't know. Not exactly sure. I might, there's a nice, I think there's a natural wall I was looking at. If we were to take this, there's this wall here, and maybe what we'll do is we'll come down here and then cut this corner a bit. Wouldn't mind getting rid of that base. We're going to come down this wall here. There isn't really anything I want right nearby here, so we're probably going to skip out here. I had thought originally I was going to make the concrete plant out here. I thought, with this 1.3 million stone, but I think now we're just going to ship it in. So I'm not in such a great big hurry to grab this at the moment. So I think we'll probably just maybe cut right into our wall here and just kind of cut this near point. And eventually we'll push that out. I think what we're going to do is come all the way down to here, cut across to here, probably a little bit in front, give ourselves some laser defense, probably cut in front of our rail line or right behind our rail line maybe even, and then cut across the front here. And I think what that'll do is it's going to allow me some opportunity, because then I'll have encapsulated this and I'm going to go in there with lasers and wipe all this out, clear out this zone, so that when we go to build our nuclear plant, I've been thinking this zone right here is about where I want it. By the time I get my enrichment processes and recycling and all those things, I'm going to fill in this area here. So I'm going to want a nice close place to build a great big power plant. So I've been thinking here. The only problem I've got is if I want to run this power line up and down, I'm not too sure that's going to work so well. And I've been contemplating whether I actually maybe take this track out here, and this just becomes sort of a, where to place to pick things up more than anything else. So it's sort of like a internal junction. You see all the places we're being attacked, and the mobs are quite large. And then we'll come out the outside here, and I mean, we've still got lots of space for building, but I probably will push out towards this wall here, use this natural wall, and then come back in. That'll give us a bit more space for our bus, and then once I get robots, I'll come out here and just kind of get them to clean it all up, and we'll kind of walk through the wall and get it all cleaned up. The first pass at the wall I'm expecting will be a little bit thin, so we'll leave up our rear wall just in case. So anything gets through, we don't have to worry about it too much. They'll just run into the next wall. But what we eventually want to do is probably double up our wall. So what I'm meaning by that is I'll probably do 2 lasers per power pole, and then go power pole, light power pole, kind of like we did with the guns here. And then what we'll probably do is we'll probably put lasers behind those power poles, and possibly, if we get lots of lasers, I might even go every power pole all the way along and just make a wall of them. So it makes it pretty dense. They can't really get through that, but I would like to leave space because I wouldn't mind putting flamethrowers out there. So I'm kind of leaving that as an option, which is one of the reasons I want to put that gap in there. All right, I really thank you for joining me. We got so much done this time. In fact, actually, before we go, let's go see how many centrifuges we've got. Kind of always fun to see whether things are working as planned. And if we've got this, what we'll be doing, of course, next time is going up, setting up our uranium mining. 18, so we're almost there. So that's really great. You know, all we did was build lasers, and we've almost got the 20 centrifuges we want. And I'm actually thinking maybe we'll just throw all 20 on and process uranium ore really fast. And that'll allow us to start making some nuclear fuel pretty quickly. And maybe we make our first nuclear power plant by hand. Oh, the horror. Anyways, I really thank you for joining me. This has been episode 20. Had a lot of fun, got lots done. Really enjoying it. I'm Nerd Dad, and I'm out.